Okay, I hope this one works. Alright, hi Maxine and hi Jackie. I just spent like the past half hour trying to upload it on my computer, but I forget my YouTube password. So here we go again. Before I start, I apologize if you hear a whirling sound. That would be my heater. It's really obnoxious, and I'll pause the video if that happens. Okay, so I did my research choreographer project on Sharon Miller. Um, I actually had the opportunity to work with her and intern for her studio this past semester, which was an absolute wonderful opportunity that I had. So Sharon Miller started dance when she was very young because she had flat arches. And her mother was concerned, so took her to the doctor. Her doctor said either we can break her arches, which sounds really painful, and reset them, or in a couple of years take her to a dance class. So that's what her mom did, and she never wanted to stop taking dance. So dancing took her to the Ailey Company, where she traveled around the world. I'm pretty sure she had danced in Africa and all of these other like really amazing places. Then she came back and she did about 7 Broadway performances. And after that, she kind of didn't know what to do with her life at that point. She wanted dance to be a part of it, but she really wasn't sure how. And a friend of hers actually convinced her to open up a studio. And she said okay. So she opened up a studio, which is in a different location than where it is right now. It was on Bloomfield Ave, a little bit farther down. Now it is right off of Bloomfield Ave on South Park Street, where she created the studio pretty much by herself. Of course she had help, but she created this studio as a non-profited organization, which was really different for me to actually see, which was really nice because I grew up with a profited studio. So the contrast was really great to see for me. And pretty much she is very against recitals because she kind of put it to me in a way of, if you want to dress your child up and put her in a tutu, then save it for Halloween, or take her to class in a tutu. She doesn't really want to see little kids like 5, 6 years old on stage waving and crying and not knowing what to do, because it's not really beneficial to those kids. Those kids get really scared and upset, and it's not a growing process for them. And she believes that waiting to perform until you're older actually makes you more mature and you care about it more. So she created a performance workshop ensemble, which is, we just say PWE, and a junior performance workshop ensemble, which is JPWE. The performance workshop ensemble, they're the ones that actually perform, and the junior performance workshop ensemble, they don't perform, not anywhere outside of their studio, but they are pretty much trying to become into the company. It's just the junior company pretty much, and I've actually talked to one of the girls. Her name is Lucy. I actually teach with her on Monday nights. She's really sweet, and the one day I was just walking around the studio after like teaching, and she was just like staring into the green room that I've actually been in a few times, but she's just staring. And I was like, Lucy, what are you watching? And she's like, oh, they're performing. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, no one's here to watch them perform. But she's like, oh, no, they're just practicing. This is the performance workshop ensemble. So I started asking her questions, and she was saying that she would really love to be in it. And it feels like such an honor, like something that you can really put on your resume and something that really starts your career as a dancer. And she was just staring in the room at all, and I kind of stared there with her for a while, because they were doing a full-on dress rehearsal, and they were doing this performance that they always do. It's called Praise, and they have these white long-sleeve unitards on, and these white long dresses, and the way that they were just handling the dresses was really amazing to me. in a way, because they were like 15, 16 years old, and these kids are like, whipping these dresses around and like, their legs, and it was just an absolutely beautiful performance, which is set to like a gospel piece of music. Also, they have performed here at Montclair State. They've done Dance on the Lawn. When I first actually started my internship, they did the Dance on the Lawn in Montclair. They performed at the NJ Pact, and they did a fundraiser not too long ago, actually last Saturday, where it was just a fundraiser for the studio because they have scholarships. So if a child who really, really wants to dance, parents are don't have the funds to do so, you can apply for a scholarship. And so all of the money that they raised during this time was for their scholarships for next year. And it was just like a raffle. You pay $5 to get in. I think 3 different levels of the ballet classes. Yeah, 3 different levels of ballet classes. They did excerpts from the Nutcracker. And they just did simple costumes. Black leotard, pink tights, pink ballet shoes, and a bow in their hair. And then the performance workshop ensemble did praise. And it was filmed, it was recorded, it's on YouTube if you want to link to it. And pretty much it was just one big celebration of dance that night, and I really, really saw it. I really enjoyed it. There was another girl who did a performance. Her name is Chelsea Green. I think she actually auditioned here to come here next year. I'm not sure. But she's actually setting a work. She's like 16, 17 years old. She's like setting a work of her own original choreography on the PWE, which is, when I was talking with her about it, she said it was absolutely a great, wonderful opportunity to have Sharon Miller watch her choreography and help her with it, and to set it on her peers, which was, she said, very moving, because it was nice for her to see that no one was laughing at her choreography. No one was like, oh, this is so silly. Like, people were actually taking it seriously. They saw her as a teacher, not just a friend that they goof around with in the back, what they normally do. But she said it was just one big group helping. Like, if she got stuck on something that she didn't really know what she was going to do, her friends would be like, oh, what if we do it this way instead? And it was just one big community is pretty much what it comes down to. And as far as the studio goes, like I said before, recitals for her are kind of a big no-no. So dance for her is just a discipline. And, sorry, my roommates are here if you hear them in the background. Pretty much her studio is set up like a school, like in 2 semesters. And the first semester, if you're placed in Modern 1, you stay in Modern 1 for semester 2, because that's how school year works, that's how this works. And even though it's set up into 2 semesters, you don't start over for the second semester. So say semester 1, you're doing ballet, and you get so far in your ballet class, you don't start over the second semester. You only start over in the beginning of the year. So by the end of ballet 1, you have started ballet 2. So then you go into ballet 2 and you go forward from there. So it's just a progression of things. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's a big summary of everything that I've learned from meeting with Sharon Miller and talking with her about her company and why she made the company, and just about the studio in general. And if anyone ever gets the chance, I highly recommend looking into it. So thank you, and thanks for listening to me talk for almost 10 minutes.